Oh, and you know who's stopping by? Christopher Cross. Remember that guy?
Yes, I remember Christopher.
The fat guy who won all the Grammys that year?
Right.
And then he decided to take a year off?
And nobody...
And now he's coming by. He's going to sing that hit song, Sailing.
Sailing.
But he's, making a comeback.
I don't think it was the year off that killed his career.
What killed it?
I think his picture on that second album.
No, you know what? You can't take time. If you're on a roll, I'm going to tell Christopher Cross this. If you're on a roll...
Howard, trust me on this one.
Really?
What happened was, if you go look at the first album, Christopher Cross was on it nowhere. There was no picture.
Yeah, because he's a heavy-set guy.
Great voice, and every woman was fantasizing about this sensitive guy who could sing his butt off.
I don't agree with that. You know why? Because Elton John sold millions of albums, and if there ever was a...
Yes, but he was always seen. It wasn't like a surprise. You didn't have this. You didn't build up this fantasy of who Elton was, and then get it dashed.
I don't know, man, and then you blow it.
Well, he still got the same voice. Other people take time off. Look at Elton.
Yeah. Maybe he ran out of good songs. Ever think of that?
That could be the truth.
Yeah.
Well, to ask him all these questions.
Yeah, we'll hang out with him for a few minutes.
We're back with the Howard Stern Show. Here's Howard.
Let me bring in Chris Cross. So here's a guy who won like 27 Grammys one year.
Wow.
Remember him?
27.
Remember that song, Sailing into the Ocean, into my life. Hey, Chris, how you doing? Hey, do I have the words right? Let me say this. Sailing into the ocean, into my life. How's that?
That ain't it.
Well, that should have been it. Could have been a much better song.
What are you saying? Into my life? Take me away to where I've always...
Take me away to where I've always been. It's a good song. Yeah. So Chris wrote that and also wrote Arthur's theme with... you had to work with those nasty people.
A whole bunch of people.
Yeah, who you didn't like working with, I'm sure. What was it again? Marvin Hamlish?
No, Burt Bacharach and Carol Bayer Sager.
Was that when they were in love?
Yeah, they were in heat at that time.
Yeah, how annoying was that? Like when you guys were working on the song, were they making out and stuff?
Oh. Was that their contribution?
Yeah. You basically wrote the whole song, right?
I don't know, actually. Bert's a brilliantly talented guy. When sober.
Is he really?
Where is he now?
Is he really talented, or are you just saying that?
No, he actually studied with the same composition teacher as Dave Brubeck, and he's very, very talented.
Oh, is that right?
Melodically on the piano, yeah.
Is that right?
And
hey, get that microphone closer to you.
He should be closer. Yeah, I can hardly hear it.
You're a soft-spoken guy, like me.
But actually, Carol's dog, the biggest drag for me was Carol had this little,
dog.
You could call it that, I guess. It was one of those little footballs, and was chewing on my pants the entire time I was trying to write.
Don't you hate those people with those unruly dogs?
The little dogs. Are you supposed to sit there and think that's cute and put up with it? Can't she lock that thing away?
I don't know. She thought it was charming, but I never met them. I went up to the house like at midnight. They called me and said, well, you want to come up here? And I was totally nervous, of course. And
you were nervous. They should have been nervous. You're the one with the hit songs. They hadn't written one in like 20 years. Since that Dionne Warwick song.
I know, at the time I was so naive. I was so flattered thinking, gee, I realized
they were just trying to suck off your heat, man. That's all.
I was a kid in town.
Right.
What are you going to do? So I realized that now. But anyway, so I'm sitting there trying to, seriously work and create. And
it was you, Burt Bacharach, Carol Bayer Sager, and Peter Allen, right?
Right, but Peter was in Australia.
Oh, he's writing over the phone?
He phoned in his part.
What was his part? What part of the song Arthur did Peter Allen do over the phone?
The most important part.
Which was?
Well, actually, Carol and Peter had a song that was unfinished.
Right.
And it had the line, when you get caught between a moon and New York City.
Right.
And they never finished it. So when Carol and I were trying to work on a lyric with the moon in it, Carol said, hey, you know what, there's this great line that Peter and I had from a song that's never been finished, and maybe I should call him in Australia and see if we can use it. And so she calls him up right there.
And what was the line?
When you get caught.
That was the line they wrote together?
Yeah.
When you get caught between... Oh, no kidding.
And then, so even though he wasn't there, it was the most important line of the song, so I don't.
Oh, so you never even met him. It was just like...
Later I did.
Yeah, right.
Later I did. And,
all right, so here's the story. So you write all these hit songs, you have that big hit album, and you yourself say, hey, look, man, maybe it was the way I looked or something, because everyone was shocked, right? Now, on the first album, you kept your picture off the album. Was that calculated? Because you don't look like a rock star.
No, I don't, actually.
To me, you do.
Thanks, Howard.
To me, you know why you do to me?
You're amazing, Howard.
You know, because to me, this is what the whole punk movement was about. Not trying to look super cool and everything, right? Like the grunge movement. You come out and you're yourself.
I'm a natural man.
Hey, if your hair is going, your hair is going.
That's it.
Hey, if you ate a little too much, you eat a little too much. What's the difference?
Well, you know, I came out.
I don't think he was doing punk, though.
Yeah, I don't know what you were doing, but it made sense to me. What do you? Everyone's got to be beautiful. Everyone's got to be a pretty boy in this business. What? Paul Simon's so good looking. Let him take off that toupee. We'll see what he looks like. Right? Paul Simon wears a toupee.
Yeah, there's a rug around somewhere.
Right.
Yeah, rug.
Yeah, rug.
Yeah,
rug. Wig.
Yeah, I think when I came out, you know, I think with my voice being high and everything, a lot of women, I had about 85% female audience, I think was my demographic, and I think a lot of them were pretty shocked when I walked out and here was this, like, you know, football player.
Yeah, right.
But they thought
you think that hurt you?
They thought I was going to look like, you know, Kenny Loggins or something.
Right. Did that hurt you think?
Yeah, I think
it did.
See what I tell
See, Robin says she was affected by it.
Yeah.
Robin was ready to sleep with you until you walked out on. Where was it you first saw Christopher
At the
Cross?
Grammys.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody was waiting.
Hey, I think you're attractive.
There.
But, you know, the...
if I was abroad, I'd sleep with you.
Well, you know...
What can I tell you, right?
Even though you're not.
Yeah, I like him.
He might sleep with you anyway.
Yeah. Who's that guy? Stephen Barber?
That's
hey, how you doing? What are you, the keyboard player? How you doing, man?
Try to do it.
All right, man, mellow out. All right.
He's an old buddy of mine from Texas. He goes way back.
Is that right? You guys are old friends? Well, you're good looking.
Dropped in the delivery room.
Oh, I see. All right.
But, yeah, you know, of course it probably hurt me, I'm sure. I think they were shocked. They were very disappointed. But, you know, at the same time...
But you put out that big album. You put out, I mean, that album must have sold, what, like 50 billion copies? How many millions of copies?
50 billion and 3, I think.
50 billion and 3.
Yeah, it sold about, 10 million.
And it was like 10 million copies, right? And the record companies...
That's huge!
Record companies practically giving you oral sex every day, right? I mean,
they definitely were, of
Were
course.
you single at that point when you put out that album?
Actually, I was married when the album came out, but I got divorced a few minutes later.
Oh. What happened? You got so famous and like women were throwing themselves all over you? Is that what happened?
What do you think?
Whoa. No kidding.
Yeah. It's the greatest.
Yeah, everyone's saying you don't look like a rock star. You're only getting laid like crazy, right?
Well, that doesn't say you can't get laid.
Yeah, wait a second. Let me get this straight. How old were you when you made that record?
Now, Robin didn't say she would. She said she was a little put off, but she didn't say
she would sleep with you, right?
Wait a minute.
10 million albums.
Let me explain exactly what happened.
Right.
Because it had nothing to do... If we had always known what Christopher Cross looked like, it would have been fine.
Why don't you just say you're superficial and you're really into looks?
No. This is exactly what I'm trying to say.
Shallow.
It was... We had about a year to fantasize.
It's true. No one did see you.
About who you were.
Was that calculated? In other words, on the album itself, you didn't put your picture because you wanted to leave this air of mystery?
Well,
True
actually,
or false?
False.
False?
In fact, Robin, where were you? I needed your counsel at this time.
I could have told you what to do. You didn't tell me.
She's good in retrospect. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, you know, I had an old drummer named Jimmy Newhouse who was an artist, and he drew this flamingo lagoon scene thing that's on the first album.
Right.
We just always had it on the wall for years, like in our band house thing. This is going to be our album cover.
Right.
So we went to Warner's and we got the album. We threw it at them and they liked it, so we released it. I really don't think it was something that they calculated. I don't think they really gave a damn one way or the other.
Right.
Whatever. We were a new artist, and you know, they
let's just put it out.
And you know, probably honestly, I was probably a little self-conscious for sure. You know,
right. Because everything's image now.
It worked okay for me. I mean, the flamingo looked fine.
Right. Hey, what the hell, flamingo? Put it out there and see what happens. Why should people prejudge?
So we were all imagining.
She thought you were going to be like, Burt Reynolds or something.
Baby James or somebody.
Yeah, right.
Well, yeah, I think, I wanted the music to speak for itself. I really didn't want that to play into it.
Smart.
I grew up in here with Joni Mitchell and artists like that who walked up on stage with blue jeans and T-shirts and played great songs.
Exactly.
It wasn't about...
It wasn't about image, for God's sakes. Yeah. All right, I understand what you're saying.
Fine, but you let us on.
So keep rubbing it into the guy, Robin. Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry, Robin, I'm sorry, baby. Let me make it up to you.
Go over there, bend her over the desk, and see what hurts.
Let me make it up to you.
No, listen, so wait a second. So how old were you when that record came out?
30.
30. So you had been married since, how many years had you been married?
Oh, gosh, about 3 or 4 years.
3 or 4 years. You met your wife before you became famous. What was she? She was like, what, a social worker?
She was going to hairstyling school.
Yeah, hairstyling school. Probably wasn't that great. She was okay.
Well, we actually only knew each other for about 2 weeks when we got married, Howard.
Right.
I didn't have a lot of experience with women prior to my success.
You're pretty wacky, aren't you? You do wild things. Like, you know someone 2 weeks and you get married.
Well, I was totally...
Was it hard for you to get laid, and then all of a sudden you found a woman who would have sex with you on a regular basis? That's what my story was.
Yeah, mine was similar.
Yeah.
She said hello to me. That was about all it took.
Right. It was hard to get women, right, before you're a big famous star.
Sure. I concentrated pretty much on my music. I was kind of a lonely guy.
Steven, you met his wife? You knew her?
Yeah, I did.
Was she really hot, or was she just okay?
No, she was a fine-looking woman.
Yeah, but it was like Chris's first big score.
Big score.
Right. You were getting laid a lot, and
not really.
No.
Oh, the women love him.
Yeah, I can believe that. I can believe that. Did you ever get his wife? No. So, hey, wait a second. So you're saying, like, you saw the wife and you said, hey, he should get married because this is like a really good score, and if he never becomes famous,
Yeah, she's all right.
This is pretty good. You would have been satisfied with her if you had never become famous. True, Chris? True. It's true.
You'd have worked out whatever problems you had.
Right. Because that was my problem. I mean, I got famous. I'm ugly. People see this face, they won't listen to the show anymore. That's why that's why I have a flamingo on my cover. I'm telling you. So
you are a flamingo.
I am a flamingo. I practically look like one. Believe me.
No, I think we only knew each other 2 weeks. I think the marriage, it was evident early on that it wasn't great. Because we didn't know each other.
But you didn't have any kids or anything, did you?
No, actually, we had a boy when I was divorced. My son Justin, who's 18 now, who's a big fan, by the way, was 4.
Oh, is that right?
Yes, I left. Yes.
Okay, so that must have been real comfortable. Going home and telling your wife with a 4-year-old that you're leaving.
Yeah, it was not easy.
There had to be a song in that.
Oof.
Oh, man.
How do you do that?
Yeah, that's a pretty cool move.
You do it on the phone, actually.
Oh. Did you really?
On a mobile from the golf course.
Hi, baby. Got some good news and bad news. Good news is the album's platinum. Bad news is you won't be sharing in the fun of it. I'll be on the road. I'll see you. Bye.
Was it pretty much like that?
Oh, I can't remember.
Oh,
you didn't
man.
have an accountant or somebody do it.
Yeah.
No. I mean, she's a very nice lady, and I think she knew herself that things weren't great, and so it was just coincidental that I was rich and famous.
All right.
At the same time.
So you had to give up half your money too.
Yeah, from a community property state. Let's get honest here. Sure, she still gets 50 cents of every dollar from those songs.
Still?
Wow.
You mean she? Wait a minute.
It's like she was a co-writer.
No, you are kidding. Like, it was Burt Bacharach, Carol Bayer Sager, you, Peter Allen, and your ex-wife in that room.
Might as well give her a credit.
Wait, I don't understand something. You're telling me that, let's say you hit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And let's say you make $50 million. I don't know what you make. You make a lot of money.
I don't have that anymore.
All right, let's say you made $10 million. Let's say you made $10 million, okay? All right, you get a divorce. Your wife gets $5 million. You take $5 million.
And then you live off the royalties.
And then you're saying that even your royalties become 50%? Like, how long does that go on for?
Forever, for the life of the couple.
If he wrote it and
but it's a community.
Oh, I would have killed him.
I don't know about New York.
You should have done what O.J. did. He'll be out in 7 years. I'm telling you.
But if he had never hit, wouldn't she have shared half the poverty?
Yes, that's true.
No, she probably would have divorced me and married a doctor.
Right. No, but so in other words, when you even get a check, of course you can't kill anyone. You're a peaceful person, and no one agrees with that.
I have another question, though.
Although,
did she remarry?
Hire somebody.
Wait a minute, Chris. Did she remarry?
It happens.
She did. She married. Yeah, she did.
And she still gets half?
She does, Robin.
Ooh.
Wow. Chris, don't you have a lawyer? Or, like, who's your lawyer? F.U. Bailey? What is that? Your lawyer was disbarred, wasn't he?
I love that.
I mean, really, what happened there? I mean, this is terrible.
Texas is a community property state. I don't know what New York is, but it's just the way it is.
I'm sure it's the same thing.
In Tennessee, no, it isn't. In Tennessee, you can't lose a copyright. They got it together there.
Wow, they sure do. You should move there.
You should have married in a different state.
I mean, if the new album becomes huge, you can't be splitting that up with people.
Well, I'm not going to be getting divorced this time. My wife is
who knows?
No,
this album hits, there's more groupies. You don't know.
It's another avalanche of fame.
You'll be surprised.
No. It's a whole different story. I'm older now, and she's a wonderful woman.
So wait a second. So you were married for like a couple of years. The record hits, and then when you're on the road with the record, and sailing becomes a big hit and all that, women are available. True?
True.
Wow. What's this new wife? Was she the wife that you met while you were on the road?
No. It was after the initial success and stuff.
Really?
She was married at the time, and I met her on a plane and hit on her. She didn't have any interest at all.
Was she a former Miss USA?
No.
Was she a penthouse pet?
No.
Did she have a model?
No. She's very, very beautiful.
I can imagine, right?
Very beautiful.
Is she hot, Steven? Yeah? You ever get her?
She's a beautiful woman.
Is she white? White or black?
No, I'm just the musician guy in the background.
Is she white or black, Chris?
She's white.
She happens to be white.
Really?
It wouldn't matter.
All right. There you go.
We got a white woman.
We got a white woman.
She's pretty like Allison.
Really?
Your wife's
Thank you so much.
She's beautiful.
Yeah, but I've had her for 20 years.
How long have you been married?
You're a lucky man.
Yeah, how long you been married?
It's about 7 years now.
Oh, really?
14th, yeah.
Yeah.
And,
give it 3 more years. You'll see. So anyway, let's do this. Let's take a break, Chris.
Okay.
People would can we do like maybe a medley of some of the hits?
Absolutely.
I mean, whatever you're into. Like maybe we'll do a couple of hits and then maybe something new.
Great.
All right. Like you know on the old Mike Douglas show? Did you used to watch the Mike Douglas show?
I was on the Mike Douglas.
You were? Yeah. Remember they used to do like a medley?
Yeah, actually, I got trapped at the piano one day doing a medley with Bert.
Oh, really?
And Mike Douglas, I think, and I was terrified because they started doing like Alfie and all these songs.
Oh, boy.
I just said, look, I'm sorry. I just stopped the thing. I said, look, I'm not this old. Man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, this is really bad for my image. We're doing Alfie. What is it?
The deal is, you had requested the song Sailing.
Yeah.
And it's a special tuning, so after you sing,
all right. So let's just do Sailing or something.
Well, no, Sailing, if you want me to take a break.
All right, yeah, okay, all right.
A lot of lovers.
All right, take it easy, take it easy. All right, everybody calm down. You want to do that now, or do you want to do that?
That's his job.
You think we should do that now, and then we can do a different tuning? Okay.
Then we can do a different tune after.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me produce. How's this for echo? Let me hear that. Just
not far down to paradise.
You want echo, or you don't want it?
I need it.
You like it?
This is in the morning.
Okay.
I think.
And what about? Let me hear the guitar for a second. Do you like that? Is that too loud or too soft?
Perfect.
What about your mic? Is that good?
I think it's great.
Let me just hear a little piano. Is that too loud?
Put that more in front of the soundboard.
Do you think that's too loud, the piano?
Would somebody say something?
These guys are musicians. They just play.
Yeah.
What do you think? Seriously, Chris, you would know more about this than I do.
Is that a good mix for you?
A little more piano, Howard.
A little more?
Yeah.
How's that?
That's great.
You like that?
Yeah.
It's as good as the original.
Better, I think.
All right.
My ex-wife's not getting half this money.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Well, it's not far down to paradise. At least it's not phony. And if the wind is right, you can sail away and find tranquility. Oh, the canvas can do miracles. Just you wait and see. Believe me. It's not far to never land. No reason to pretend. And if the wind is right, you can find the joy of innocence again. Oh, the canvas can do miracles. Just you wait and see. Then you believe me. Sailing takes me away to where I've always heard it could be. Just a dream in the wind to carry me. Soon I will be free. So long. Well, it's not far back, at least it's not phony. And if the wind is right, you can sail away and find serenity. Oh, the canvas can do miracles. Just you wait and see, then you believe me. Sailing takes me away to where I've always heard it could be. Just a dream in the wind to carry me. Soon I will be free.
Man, that's good.
Thanks so much, Aaron.
What's that about? Sailing? Is that about sailing? Sometimes things don't mean what they mean. That could be doing a girl. Is that about sailing?
It's not.
It's not, right?
No.
I know what it's about. Sailing out of a marriage, right? You ought to write more about that. I'm telling you.
Sailing right into the trim.
Yeah, right. There you go. Yeah, you're horny like me. It's about nailing broads. I knew it. Is it about sailing, though?
No, it's really not, Aaron.
You never sailed in your life, right?
I have, but I actually hate it.
Is that right? You hate it. What is it about? Sailing away from marriage? Seriously? That's what I always thought it was about.
You really want to know?
Yeah.
That's what you pictured.
It's about sailing somewhere.
No, you know what? It's a little serious.
Is that a chick?
No, it's not actually.
it's a little heavy. Do you really want to go into it?
Yeah, we love heavy.
Especially,
this is good.
Robin's book.
Somebody in your life died, didn't they?
What?
No, Robin's book came out, I know. And
right, yeah.
I look forward to reading it because I think it's...
Yeah, her father did some really...
Oh, shut up.
Is that what that's about? Did your father do something to you?
Is that a book about me? I mean, a song about me?
Did you write that about Robin?
No, but I think her book, it seems like it's going to be very empathetic, and I think it's wonderful for her to share that with everyone.
Oh, this sounds good, man. You weren't molested, were you? Were you bent over a desk or something by a nun or something?
No, but after all these years, I finally figured out. I used to tell people it's about artistic escapism, the canvas, the artist canvas, all that. No, I figured out about 4 or 5 months ago what it's about. My father, was an alcoholic. It was a pretty dysfunctional situation.
Cool.
Wasn't a lot of bonding there, and so I met this guy. It's Howard's going to
No, go ahead. Sometimes, you don't have a father figure at home. Right. You meet a guy.
It's all right, Chris.
All right, go ahead.
We're all friends.
You guys can do what you want with this.
All right, go ahead.
I'm kind of excited recently. I figured.
I know it. This probably happened to me, too. Guy tied you to a tree, took your pants down, right? And it wasn't like you were looking for it.
No, he tied me to the sailboat trailer.
No, come on, really, what happened? You went out, so your father was, like, drunk and everything all the time, and he beat you and stuff?
So another guy comes along.
He didn't beat me, but no, this older guy I met in a band befriended me, and he used to take me out sailing in his sailboat, and we had a really wonderful time together. It was really nice. This guy, I just found really...
And he raped you with a...
on lakes in Texas and stuff. It was really nice. It was just a wonderful time, and I realized after all these years, Howard, I'm 43 years old.
Was he a good-looking guy?
No, not at all.
No, all right.
But he told me.
Yeah, right. And you realized after all these years...
Yeah, this guy, Al, was such a great guy. He took me and, I had some bonding with him. It's like bondage. No, I mean bonding. Freudian slip.
Right.
He was the father I never had, frankly. I never had bonded with my father. It was sad. I was the fourth of 5 kids, and my father, things weren't great. And I think Al was somebody who really, took the place of my dad, and I realized after all these years how much I appreciate what he did for me. And frankly, I'm looking for him right now.
Oh, really? Wait a second. So sailing took you away
to where I've always heard it could be,
like with a real dad.
With a real dad.
So where the hell is Al? Where did you leave Al? Is he still on the stupid boat? Where is he?
Well, I was in San Antonio, Texas at the time, and actually his father was an attorney. Then later on, I heard Al was married and became an attorney.
Why don't you give Al's name? I bet you in 2 seconds Al would call in.
We will find Al for you.
Okay.
Give his name.
Howard's going to run with this, guys.
No.
His name's Al Glasscock.
Al Glasscock?
You're making this all up.
Oh, now you're pulling my leg. All right, listen, I'm going to throw you right out of the studio. Screw your new album.
Howard, please.
Al Glasscock?
Yes.
Really?
His real name? Oh, no.
And when he introduced himself to you as Al Glasscock, you said...
Really?
Really? My father drinks. No, but obviously you and Alan, it was a beautiful time in your life. I can see you even brought to tears by this, aren't you?
Robin helped me out.
It sounds very sweet.
No,
I think it's a wonderful story.
Ironically, he's got a funny name, but no.
I had a teacher. All seriousness, I had a teacher who did that. My mother was very, very cruel to me, and this woman, her name was Shirley Plastic Vagina, and which is odd because you knew Al Glasscock. I had Shirley Plastic Vagina, and I had the same experience. She befriended me, but no, seriously, I could see it brought a tear to your eyes. Seriously,
seriously, you know what?
It really did.
That's a beautiful song, though. I mean, Al doesn't even know that song.
Does Al Glasscock know that was written about him?
No.
Jackie, would you shut up with the laugh?
Seriously. You know what, guys? Robin, you know what? It's worth the ribbing if I can find out because, he was about 10 years older. He could be passed away. Hopefully not. But I just realized this about 4 or 5 months ago, and actually what happened is my album went, another set of platinum or something, and they're going to send me some platinum records to give away, and I'd love to send one to Al.
Yeah, right. I'm sure.
But I haven't seen him. I hope he knows, actually, that... Because my real name's not Cross.
Oh, really?
Huh. What's your real
Schwartz,
name?
as I read. Chris Schwartz. Is that right?
It's, Duvetine penis, actually.
Is it really? I thought it was ass munch.
No. My real name is Geppert.
Is it Geppert?
Yeah, Geppert. So I changed it. And he knows me as Chris Geppert, but maybe he put the two together on the grave.
Oh, that's a good story. Well, so if Al Glasscock...
Right.
Is,
and he couldn't be an attorney with that name.
Al Glasscock, Esquire?
But, after
Have you been injured? Call Al Glasscock.
After all this time, I've been wondering what the song's about, because, sailing's okay, but it's not something I'm impassioned about at all.
Right. But you loved sailing with Al, because at least it was someone who was older, who was nice to you, was just a friend.
Yeah, he talked to me.
And it was calm there.
Yeah, and it was a great...
Boy, Chris, you got a really messed up childhood, man.
But, here you go.
I don't know why you have to depress everyone with all that.
It's okay.
Right, okay.
Look, Robin's come back from it. It's wonderful. That's what's great about this stuff.
That's right.
people can see you can come out of this.
Yeah, but Robin was only kidding about that. None of that happened to her. She's just trying to sell a book.
It's something to draw you out.
You really had some
I'm
problems.
trying to sell some records.
I got you. Hey, by the way, Christopher Cross's new album, in a sense they say comeback album, but he...
Where have you been?
Well, let's find out after commercial.
I do want to know that.
And Chris will do a couple more songs for us, but his new album is called Window, and I'll play something from Window in a minute, but just let me take a quick break. Christopher Cross,
listening to the Howard
Stephen
Stern
Barber
Show.
here with us.
Let's return to the Howard Stern Show.
Robin, obviously there's a lot of show here to get to. Christopher Cross has stopped by to say hi with his friend Stephen Barber, his longtime friend, who also is his keyboard player. And Christopher Cross, of course, revealing that sailing is not about sailing. Actually about bowling, you said.
Well, it could have been bowling.
That's right. It's a beautiful song, no matter what. Okay,
bowling takes me away. Well, you know.
So if that guy, Al Glasscock, had taken you bowling,
it would have been
bowling, literally.
Literally.
But when you wrote the song, you didn't realize it was about Al Glasscock taking you away from your father who was drunk all the time.
Just imagine if he had known that he wanted to write a song about Al Glasscock, and that name was in the song.
Al Glasscock is taking me away. But I hope he gets in touch with you. Because Christopher was telling me he was even considering like going on that William Shatner show, Missing Persons show.
Yeah,
Robert Stack, Unsolved Mysteries and stuff. But that, you don't want to go with.
I don't need to do that.
You don't need that. Now Al Glasscock will hear about this. I know it. Anybody who knows Al Glasscock, get in touch with us so we can, pass him on to Chris Cross. Christopher Cross has a new CD out called Window. His kids are on the cover. The kids with the new wife.
Ah,
the other
so
one's
this
too old.
time he puts himself on the cover.
Well, no. The kids are on the cover. In 1981, Christopher Cross won 4 Grammys.
5 Grammys.
5 Grammys. Those Grammys are the kiss of death, are they not?
They are.
They're worse.
Did you win Best New Artist?
I did.
That's the one. That's the one that'll get you.
You bet.
I know. Look at all of us. Tracy Chapman.
Yeah.
It's the worst. It's the worst thing. I wouldn't accept it. Best album, best single, best song, best new artist. By 1984, he'd had it. He was race car driving full time.
Yeah.
What the hell is that all about?
Well, I just needed some kind of distraction. My career was, the whole thing that happened to me was kind of like premature ejaculation, sort of.
Right.
And
hey, don't mention that on this show.
Did something just happen? I think, I needed.
Is that why your new song is called Racing? Racing in the car. It's a sequel. But actually, so you got into racing and stuff.
Yeah, I needed some kind of distraction. I think everything kind of, blew my mind. So I started racing cars for about 3 or 4 years, and over in Europe originally, and then came back over here.
And you had the new wife and everything already?
Yeah, well, not in the beginning of that. We got married in '88.
So you could have quit working altogether. You didn't even have to do a comeback album if you didn't want to. I mean, you got enough dough that you could live comfortably the rest of your life just off of that one album, right?
Yeah, well, probably.
Wow.
My ex-wife loans me some.
Yeah, right. Your ex-wife's got a whole mother load there. That's pretty good.
You can go to her when you need some help.
She's no expensive.
So let's review though. Okay, so then not only was sailing a big hit for you. Did you guys retune? I don't even know.
Yeah, we did.
Yes,
oh, you did? Okay.
That's why Chris couldn't talk to us. He was retuned.
Oh, that's right. And, of course, it was Ride Like the Wind. That was a big one. You want to do a little bit of that?
Sure.
You want to do? Okay.
It is the night, my body's weak. I'm on the run, no time to sleep. I've got to ride like the wind, to be free again. And I've got such a long way to go, such a long way to go.
Microphone.
Mexico, so I ride like the wind. Yeah.
This is like riding away from your father.
Maybe so.
I think all these songs are about your father. So was your father the kind of guy who would like smack you around and stuff?
Not at all.
Never.
Never abusive. Just kind of a Cold War environment.
Just so loaded that he was no fun.
Well, he wasn't a happy person.
All right.
Bless his heart,
Yeah, right.
I forgive him for it, but.
You ever take a few drinks, or you're not into that?
Actually, I think I've got a pretty good balance. I enjoy a little bit of it, but I think.
Well, you have a little Jägermeister before retiring for the night. That's right.
Well, I think you don't want to run away from it and not be able to,
That's right.
Just because of that. So no, I enjoy it occasionally. So.
And then the song that you wrote with Peter Allen.
Right.
And the Carol Bayer Sager and Burt Bacharach were making out on the couch during this. And, of course, your wife still gets 50% of the money from this, was the author's theme, right?
Once in your life, you find her, someone who turns your heart around, and singing, you're closing down the town. When you get caught between
a beautiful song. Did you, now you performed that on the Grammys?
On the Oscars.
On the Oscars, and you decided at the last minute to take Johnny Carson's advice.
Right.
Johnny Carson said to you, don't play with the guitar, go out there with the microphone.
Well, actually, the director said, lose the guitar. And I've always said it's like a prop for me.
Right.
So I was terrified to lose the guitar. And so Carson didn't really say anything. I've never met him. I mean, I'm a fan, obviously, but all I did is I looked over at him, and he was standing at his host podium, and he just kind of looked at me and gave me the nod, like, it's cool, kid.
It's cool. You're not, right, you can lose the guitar.
I just kind of dropped it on the floor at that moment and just, like, stood there like an idiot.
With the microphone.
Yeah, and then, of course, as I started to sing, I realized I had nothing to do with my right hand,
Right, and all of a sudden you were out there naked, and you felt like a lounge singer with the microphone, right?
Unfortunately, this is pre-wireless mic, so I reached around and found the cord, and that helped me out.
Yes.
If it had been a wireless mic, I might have been embarrassed.
Yeah, a guitar player needs a guitar to hang around with and do that. Now let's discuss this new album, Christopher Cross Window.
Please, yeah.
Should I play something from it, or you guys can play something that from the new album? Can you do something? I brought Stephen along to play Sailing from the old days because I hear that one, but so we'd have the piano solo. You can play something from it, yeah. All right, what do you got here? What is the? Let me take a look at some of these tracks. Now, obviously, some of this is influenced by your father. I see one song here, "Daddy Drank My College Money," and what's this one? "Hey Ma, Pop's puking again." And then we have 100 bottles of beer on the wall, which is a standard. I'm surprised you did that one.
But it's a remake, and it's really good.
I see. What do you think is the best track? Would you say Been There, Done That, Wild Wild West, Wishing Well, Thinking About You, Jan?
What do you want us to play?
Yeah.
Boy, my favorite song on the record's Before I Go, but it's heavy. It's heavy.
No, let's see.
We like heavy.
We like heavy. Let me find that track.
It's a serious show.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the 9th track in. All I got to do is pop it in this machine, hit the number 9.
And presto.
And presto, it should work. Watch, it won't work. Now, you say this is heavy. Let me hear a little of this first and then ask you why it's heavy. Let me check this out.
If it's too heavy, you can just turn it off.
Now, what do you mean this is heavy?
Well, it's just
sad.
It's a serious lyric,
Yeah. Wait, is this about your father?
I got another 20 years to figure out this is about.
You don't even know who this is about.
He never knows that right at the time he's writing.
This is, it's midlife crisis stuff, Howard. This is it's a song I think is about preparing for death,
Right. This is about preparing for death?
Well, trying to get some grace in your life, maybe to where if something comes to you like...
In other words, let me stop the song for a second.
In other words, you haven't heard a lyric yet, and it's already too heavy.
In other words, you're saying, hey, look, there's been past sins in my life. I've done things I'm sorry about, but now I'm trying to clean up my act. I'm trying to keep everything together, make everything right that I did wrong.
Sure, and I think at my age, you're
How old are you now?
I'm 43.
Oh, you're 40 already? You're getting ready for death? I'm 41.
Yeah, when is it over?
In 2 more years, Howard. Watch out.
Really? Dude, maybe I should be.
It just started to hit you, this kind of feeling?
Well, look, you get to be our age. Friends get sick and stuff.
I can see Soupy Sales writing a song like this, or Imus, but not you. You're still a young man. Let me hear this. Let me see what the hell you're talking about here. I will analyze the lyrics for the audience.
Thank you.
Jackie's 58 years old. He's not.
Howard hasn't gotten this introspective yet.
City lights.
City lights.
Got a street below.
Right. You're looking over the city.
Marvel at my history. The things that I don't know.
The universe.
Just another question. Shadow on my soul. Will there be time? Will there be time before I go?
See, I understand this. I understand this.
I let no man hurry off to see the world. Then I played some music. Then I loved a girl. Someone called me Papa. It took my breath away. Would I be fine? Would I be alright?
Yeah, it's pretty sad.
You like this?
I like sad songs.
Yes.
The song makes me want to kill myself. I like it.
Love without room, love without end.
Will there? Excuse me for 1 minute. I don't mean to interrupt, but
fine.
Will there be enough time
before he goes?
Before you go, to say goodbye to everyone, to do the right thing, to see different people and all that?
See, might as well go get married.
Right.
you know, to see her have a baby, I mean, those
Well,
things.
you're a sad
Do you
bastard,
worry
man.
about that?
Man, you are a really messed up guy.
Well, you know.
Your father really screwed you up, dude. I'm telling you.
You're saying the right thing in the song. Let the day be enough, for goodness sake.
Well, I think, you know.
Yeah, Robin doesn't worry about saying goodbye to anybody.
To hell with you
Yeah,
people.
that's right.
Well, I don't know.
I'll tell you something. I need a drink. I can see what your father drank. These songs are very depressing. I like it. I like to be depressed. That's my thing.
No, hold on.
But I could use your schnapps right now.
But no, you asked me my favorite cut. I mean, I think you're a guy who can see if you're not honest, so that's my favorite cut.
That's right.
You looked at your baby and you thought, oh, my God, I might not make it to see her get married?
Yeah.
No, but I mean,
He's a heavy dude, man.
When you
He's very, very serious.
When you have kids, you...
You're an emotional man.
Yeah, very.
I wish I was emotional.
You never thought that, Howard?
No, I have the opposite thing. I can't wait till I drop dead so I can get some quiet.
You don't look. You had a baby turn to you and say "Daddy" or "Papa" or something.
Yeah, I get all those emotions too. I was watching Field of Dreams on the USA Network this weekend, and you know, at the end, his father actually comes back from the dead and plays catch with him.
Right.
I immediately got on the phone to my father, started talking to him.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, I got really emotional
What a
about
mess
it.
you are.
Yeah, something wrong with me. I was like, play catch with me. Weep, weep, weep.
You're reacting to the TV?
Yeah. I don't know, man. I was laying in bed the whole week and I think I got dizzy. Field of dreams.
Well, did you have an emotional conversation with your father?
No, I just called up to see how he was doing and everything, and want to see how his car was running and stuff.
Yeah, you didn't.
Yeah, I didn't get too crazy. My old man was pretty abusive too. I ain't gonna say he did too teary. He used to yell plenty. But at least he didn't drink.
Right. That's
Except that one Rob Roy.
No, actually, this is a very beautiful song.
Thanks.
Hey, you sound good. You're in good voice.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to die anytime soon. Listen, you got to watch your cholesterol. You obviously got to eat a little bit. I mean,
lifestyle is.
I don't know. What are you eating for breakfast? Let me hear this. This is a very beautiful part of the song, and I'm talking all over it. I'm ruining it.
Shut up.
You sing like a friggin' angel, you bastard. Look at you. Good for you. You should hear me sing. You'd throw up.
Oh, so you wonder if there's an afterlife?
Yeah. Oh, you want the answer? You're going to lay in a box. Worms are going to eat you. There's nothing. I don't know how spiritual you are, man, but I'm telling you, I know this for a fact. Have you seen any evidence of afterlife? Have you ever seen a ghost? Have you seen anything supernatural? People who die say they see a white light, but they didn't die. They're still alive. If they died, they wouldn't have seen a white light. You've seen a white light because you're alive. I guarantee when you die, nothing cool happens. I know this.
Well, this has been worth coming on this show just to find that out.
Yeah, I mean, you know. You see that guitar? That wasn't a person in a former life and then came back as a guitar. That's a guitar.
The shape of the guitar.
The Indians worship cows. If those idiots would eat those cows, they wouldn't be starving anymore. None of them would die. Let me say that it's exciting to have Chris Cross come in here. The new album is called Windows. Window, actually.
Window.
Singular window.
No IBM.
And it's exciting to see you back on the comeback trail. Thanks for sharing the story with us.
Thank you, Howard.
I hope you find Al Glasscock.
Well, with your help, I'm sure I will.
Yeah.
Find him.
If anyone knows Al Glasscock, he might go by the name Al Glass now. We don't know.
He might have been embarrassed.
I can't imagine he's Al Cock. But if anyone knows Al Glasscock.
From San Antonio, Texas.
From San Antonio, Texas. Who used to know Chris. That's right. We got a platinum record for you because you were a good guy back when Chris, was just a regular guy.
Used a good guy.
That's right. So that's very nice. And Christopher Cross, nice to meet you. Good luck with the album Window. Everyone go out and buy it. And, of course, thank you, Stephen Barber.
Thank you, Howard.
All right, man. And we'll be back after these words.
You're listening to The Howard Stern Show.